And we're back here on the Stogie Geek Show. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank our very special sponsors, Mr. J, Havana Smoke Shop, OceanStateCigars.com for the Jake Grotto series of cigars. Make sure you go there, find out where you can get some, and go get some. Also heading over to the Havana Club. That's you can get a $5 off coupon on the StogieGeeks.com website. Go there, eat, drink, smoke, and be merry. That's at the Havana Cigar Club. Again, the $5 off coupon is available on the StogieGeeks.com website. And we're back. Mr. Coop still on the line.
Yep, a little something, a little too late. I wish I would have said this to Eddie Ortega. I wanted to give him a shout out from Joe Torres. Steve Jew just mentioned it to me, and I'm sorry I didn't get to it, Steve. But Eddie, if you're still listening, Mr. Torres, JT said hello to you. Give him a little yell out, but I hope he's still listening.
Excellent.
Two good guys.
Shout out. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So what did everyone smoke over here on Thanksgiving? Now I can't hear you. Oh, because you're muted. Sorry. Talk now. How's that? Better?
Yeah.
Not much?
No, I actually didn't smoke anything on Thanksgiving.
You smoked nothing on Thanksgiving?
No.
Will, what was your Thanksgiving smoke?
I smoked the Mundial by Alec Bradley.
Yeah.
Oh, and?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of my smokes I'll talk about. I'm gonna say this: it's the best cigar that Alec Bradley's put out.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one I was supposed to smoke, and I was all excited. I got to the shop, and Mr. Gerald could not find them.
It is there.
So,
that
so
is
tell
a
me,
really good blend.
what is this called now?
The Mundial.
It was at the
Tell
show.
me about it. Tell me about it.
Yep. So what happened is it's a blend. It's a project that they've been working on for a little while. Alec Bradley. Actually, it's a project that's in the work for 5 years, and essentially, Alan Rubin, for various reasons, the president of Alec Bradley, put it off. A lot had to do with when they got the CA Cigar of the Year with the Prensado. There were other things going on in the company. It was just something that they didn't do. They decided to release it this year at the show. This cigar is a Honduran wrapper from the Trojes region. It's a double binder of Honduran and Nicaraguan, and its filler is also from Honduras and Nicaragua with a component of Lajero in that thing. Now, the interesting thing about this cigar is they come in a shape called Punta Lanza.
What?
And a Punta Lanza means point of the lance.
What did you just call me?
I called you a Punta Lanza.
Oh, I thought that meant something derogatory in Spanish.
It means point of the lance.
No, it means big face.
It means droopy cheeks. That's my Indian name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so they released 5 sizes in this shape, which is a reverse torpedo. So it's got a rounded cap, but it's pointed towards the foot, although the foot's slightly opened, so it's not totally pointed, which is what I really like that about it.
You got a pic? Oh, there it is right there.
Yep. And I smoked the.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's weird.
I smoked the Robusto size of that, which is a 5 1/8 by 52. Now, all the sizes are in that shape. So it's
Also, there's multiple sizes, but all in that.
All in that shape. And there's a smaller one, and then there's 3 larger ones. I've smoked a few of these now, and this Punta Lanza number 5, which I have up here, that is the one. That's the sweet spot for this blend. And I love the fact that it had the rounded cap, and because I'm normally a Parejo guy, so it smokes a lot like a Parejo. Flavor bomb. This thing was an absolute flavor bomb. It's got notes of dried fruit. It's got this natural tobacco, and it's got this red pepper spice, and then there's a creamy undertone in the background. These flavors just, when I wrote them, they don't seem like they play well together. They just really play well together. They complemented. It's a medium to full-bodied smoke, medium to full strength, so it's not going to overwhelm you. And I normally, it's funny, I don't smoke a lot of torpedoes on the show because I always have the burn issues with them. I didn't have a burn issue. It was really set it and forget it as far as this thing goes.
Nice.
It's a box-worthy cigar. It could be Chuck Norris level at some point. It will probably be very high up on my top cigars of the year. It was a late entry, and Alec Bradley, they didn't release a lot of these. They just did a one-time batch for this year, but it sounds like there's going to be more coming next year. This, even if you're not an Alec Bradley fan, check this one out.
Yeah, they sold out at the show quick.
Yeah, I mean, Alec Bradley's hot right now. They're a very hot brand right now, and this was not only a cigar that looked nice with its packaging, it backed it up with the smoke.
Very nice. Should we start off with my Oasis level smoke or save that till the end?
Start it off. Go right after it.
Blow our load
So
quick today.
I had to choose a cigar to smoke before I was to take a almost 2-week hiatus from smoking.
So you had to take a Linda Lovelace cigar and take it down, huh?
I did. So I chose the Don Carlos Lancero.
Ooh.
I've got some pictures in the show
Nice.
notes, and I thought this cigar was epic, and maybe there was some preconceived notions that played into that, but I thought it had a wonderful aroma, body, flavor, complexity, burn, draw, and construction. The cigar just had like everything going for it, and there's a commonality between all of the cigars in our Oasis rating that I think they all share, and that is it hits a home run in all of those areas, right? And I mean, and this stick was a grand slam for sure. I mean, just the again, aroma and body and flavor and complexity, all that stuff was there contributing to the experience. It was just a fantastic
For me,
cigar.
when
Oasis level for
But,
sure.
but for me, when I evaluate an Oasis cigar, it not only has to have that, obviously has to have that, and then
Right.
it has to have something beyond that too.
And to get an Oasis level on a Lancero is so difficult because that is so hard to make that blend work.
Yes.
In that size. Anybody.
Yes.
I'm not saying Opus X. I'm saying any size.
Yep.
That is a difficult
Because they
feat
can
to
sometimes
do.
deliver in the flavor department and sometimes really well, but sometimes the burn and construction doesn't really, hold up. So it tends to detract
Well,
from that
and
experience.
a lot
But
I'm
this
not saying
experience
you in
was-
general, though. A lot of people don't know how to smoke a Lancero. It's something you just don't.
You got to
know,
smoke this one slow.
slow and easy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Seriously, it's a whole different animal, and I think the burn and draw. Well, the burn and draw is not the biggest feat that to make that Lancero. It's again not to be redundant. The
Wow.
tobaccos that you can use in that particular Lancero
Right.
is
So
limited.
I'm not crazy, right? Adam ATL says that the Don Carlos Lancero is one of the best cigars that he's ever smoked. Thanks for your feedback.
Great cigar.
Adam. Yeah.
I've never had the pleasure of having one actually. I love the blend, so I can imagine.
That's all I heard about
Yeah.
is about the blend being phenomenal.
I gave
I've had
you
the
one.
Lancer.
I know. I haven't smoked it yet.
You haven't smoked it yet. I thought you did smoke it and said it was awesome. No,
that
it was
no,
another. It was
no,
a different
another-
one.
Yeah.
That was a different
I
one.
got
gave
that in
you.
the back. That's for the summertime. I got that to the corner and in
Yeah,
one spot
you
and
gotta
away.
Smoke that. I
No,
wouldn't
not
let-
now.
I don't know if I would let this blend age too long though.
Summertime.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Summer.
Not fine.
You in your summertime smoking.
You know what? So the Don Carlos has aged really well.
They do.
I don't know about this size, but
Yeah, this one. I tell you
The
what. The
blend does.
first half was not a lot of strength at all. I mean, the strength amped up in the second half.
Don't you love that though?
It did. It did that whole
I
transition.
love that transition.
Because you're smoking, you're like,
Yeah.
wow, this is something I would smoke in the morning with coffee, and then you get to the second half, and it's like, whoa, I would not smoke. It has all that going for it.
But
you know?
Not a lot of Lanceros that do that.
No.
Exactly. You
no.
make them.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see. Thank you.
Yeah.
Group.
Yep.
They're making that point.
That's
That
what
is
made this
so
one special.
Just like that's why I gave that little shout out to you today on Coop on his site. It's just like about Herrera. He's going to do that Lancero. That's great. That's a big undertaking.
It is.
It
It
really
is.
truly is.
it's ambitious too.
It is.
I actually have an Oasis level Lancero on mine today as well. In June of 2012, I bought a box of the 100 años, 100 años Lanceros
Yes.
because my daughter was born.
Yes.
Remember that.
I just found out that I will be having another addition to the family, so I thought
Congratulations
it would be,
for that.
Congratulations, buddy.
Isn't that great news? Let's have
Yeah.
another
I
drink.
think we should drink.
I'll
Splash of that.
Hey,
drink
we
that. I'll
doesn't-
drink to that.
it doesn't take much for us to drink for anything.
So,
Have
yeah,
some
right.
more.
As Adam, our Australian friend, had said, and I
Yeah.
think he really enjoys the ends of our shows better.
Yeah. yeah. So did Derek. He said, "You guys are." But anyway, go ahead.
So, with that news, I thought it would be appropriate to go back and try the ones that I
Absolutely.
bought for her. And I love these sticks. So now they have about a year's worth of age on them. I think the cedar and leather have really started to really come forward in those a little bit now. It has like a raw sugar sweetness too, like that, like
You get that
sugar
from that
in the
blend.
raw almost.
Yeah.
The construction on these again have always been perfect. And I said in here that can be a crapshoot with Lanceros. To be honest with you, I've had plenty of Lanceros that
that's
taste great,
minute.
but don't add up. But this one, with over a year's worth of age, has become Oasis for me. I really think that this. I've never tried a Don Carlos Lancero, and I'm a Lancero fan. I think this is still the best Lancero I've ever
And
had.
Lanceros, again, like you're saying, who cares about the burn and draw? When you put that blend and it works correctly, it is. Just like I said, the La Aurora on the Cameroon, the same thing. I love that stick. That's another.
Oh, the
Oasis.
Cameroon Lancero?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love
with
that.
some age on them, they are
Oh, God.
up there too, man.
What
Absolutely.
else? What did you smoke, Stogie Santa?
Let's see. Hold on. I'm getting old here. Santa, and then this little thing. I got to bring my laptop. Will be easier.
It's a good time of the year for Santa, right?
Oh,
now.
yeah. Believe it or not, what I did, I came across only a couple of these. The LFD Colorado Oscuro Chisel. It's a 6x54. That first came out in a CRA sampler pack.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
It was put in that. Then I guess it was shipped to a location here in northeastern Rhode Island. It wasn't supposed to make it to a shop. It was shipped there incorrectly. So by the time this retailer realized he didn't know what he had, a friend of mine bought 2 boxes of them. And this, in the Colorado Oscuro line, I think there's a 4, a 5, and a 6. And I think there's a 3. Isn't there a coupe? Is there a 3? I know there's a 4, a 5, and a 6.
Yeah,
And
there's
I don't know if
four
there's
sizes.
whatever. And they're all unique and good. But in this particular blend, I really, really enjoy it. The wrapper is Ecuadorian Ligero Sumatra. The binder is Dominican Sumatra. And the filler is Dominican and Nicaraguan. The sweetness and the spice in the first part of that cigar was really, really interesting to me. Then it switched up to like a little slight coffee, and I got a tinge of a little floral in there. Then the spice and leather on the back end of that cigar. In the chisel, I'm going to put this out. I think this is the best chisel they ever made. I love that blend. I love that blend.
How is the strength for you? Because I found the Colorado Oscuros really kicked me in the butt.
Oh yeah, they got and I'm going to tell you something. The nicotine level on this one, but it's been a while. It's calmed down. I only had 2 of them. I'm sending one down to my friend, Mr. Drew, and I'd like to see his assessment on this. All of them are strong. This one and this blend I thought was stronger than any of the. I only did the 4, 5, and the 6. The 4 was the strongest one to me, I thought, until I smoked this particular chisel. And I'll tell you what, it is. And from what I understand, I talked. We all know John Carney. The LFD, what's it, Northeastern rep now for LFD. They were supposed to come out in production, but I guess that's not going to happen. Maybe they'll revisit that in 214. I'll talk to John about that. I think that cigar could be a box worthy all day long in my book. Won't quite get Oasis, but box worthy for sure.
So there's 2 other Lancero-sized sticks in our Oasis ratings. Anyone venture to guess what those are?
And yours?
No, in all of our ratings, Oasis level, 2 more Lanceros.
Oasis level.
In
Okay.
addition to the Don Carlos Lancero, which is the most recent addition, there's 2 other Lanceros.
2 other Lanceros. I mean, is that including the one I just mentioned, the La Aurora Cameroon?
Oh yeah, yep.
That's
got
got to be one. That's got to be one.
That's
I
one.
mean, that's Oasis.
Yep.
And I would say the other one's going to be LG.
Nope.
Okay. The other one,
I bought a box of them at the store, of this other one.
a box. I sold it to you?
Yep.
Oh, that's stupid. Well, how stupid? What a
You should
whack
have got
this.
that.
Whack
you should have
this.
got
Whack
that in the
this.
first guess.
Yeah, I know
You
it.
sold
Lost
to me.
City.
Yeah, the
Stupid
Lost City
idiot.
Lancero.
Yeah, that's that's a no-brainer. That's
Mr.
that
Will Cooper, back to you.
So we've been talking on a few episodes about a line of cigars called Brun del Rey
Right.
Yeah.
out of Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And I smoked this. I smoked the premium in the Churchill size this week.
Okay.
It is the mildest of the offerings. It's a Connecticut wrapper, Indonesian binder, Nicaraguan filler. It's in a Churchill size, and I have some notes in the Stogie feed on Brun del Rey, and there's a link to my site for more info. But this is a company from Costa Rica that's trying to get a presence in the U.S., and they were kind enough. They sent us some cigars. They described the Brun del Rey Premium as their morning smoke, and I couldn't agree more. This was a very, very mild cigar to start out with, but in terms of strength and body. But the flavors really picked up nice in this. It starts to develop notes of wood, cream, citrus, and pepper. There's a nice herbal spice, and that herbal spice is also on the retrohale, which is really nice. The burn was absolutely phenomenal. I was calling it set it and forget it. Really, I lit the thing once. I don't think I had to really touch the thing up much. And we were talking about Churchills with Eddie, and I mentioned that, a lot of times I don't like a Churchill because I think it's too long and it tends to get bad at the end, but not the case with this one at all. I'll say I'm not one to go very, very mild with a cigar, but for a mild cigar, it's very good. It's definitely worth a $5. This is something if a mild smoker would like it or a new smoker. Very nice smoke, high quality smoke in my book.
I tell you what, I could see this because I got Coop sent me some.
He sent
I got to
us
bring them
also.
over.
I have
got
more.
some?
Yeah, I have more.
I tell you what they do with that Costa Rican tobacco.
I think it's very good.
It caught me. Like I said to you, Coop. I didn't try that one, but the gold is it? I forgot what's it a gold?
I had one,
gold.
and I gave it almost the same exact assessment as Will. Thought it was great, very mild. I gave it a
but
$5.
it was,
Yeah.
Oh, very. I tell you.
I think it's a great change of pace, and I think that's one of the things that the $5 rating kind of speaks to. Is you keep 5, and it's a great change of pace. It's not one of the things that you're going to smoke on a regular basis that you got a box or two of. You keep a 5 of these, and it's great to mix things up.
What you get sometimes with a Davidoff or Avo or something like that, you got grass. This doesn't have a grassy note. It's got its own note.
It does. Yeah, you're right.
It's got a great taste, and it's totally unique to that Costa Rican blend. I lit this up saying, I just looked at it. I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe the band.
The band isn't as appealing, I think,
right.
as it
I
could
said,
be.
well, this is it. And I had that in the morning with a cup of coffee, and I smoked all of them. I maybe got one. Well, you gave me 3, Coop, I believe.
I got more. I got a lot
I like
more.
that.
They sent us a whole bunch.
Yeah, they did. I'm gonna be featuring some of these in the next few episodes. I'm going through them, but here's what really was cool about this cigar. If you want to have a smoke and you didn't eat breakfast yet,
Yeah,
you can have
exactly.
this is a cigar that you can have.
Yeah, but Coop, I'm going to tell you something. Even I'm going to go a step further than that. Even if you after a brunch or something, I still would enjoy that cigar.
Yeah, no,
I really do. I mean, I'm not going to have a heavy meal and then take that down. But I'll tell you what, it holds it. You don't have to have an empty stomach by any means.
No,
It's got enough flavor with it. I tell you, I think they're going to do good in the American market. I
think
really
so,
do.
too.
I do too, and I encourage folks, check them out if you see them. It's something different, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised what they're doing with that Costa Rican tobacco.
Are they? Excuse me, Paul. Are they in? Excuse me. Are they in the American market yet?
Very limited, I was told.
Yeah, they got to get a presence. I don't know.
And that's why they were starting to reach out to some online guys, and I was lucky enough that they were in Charlotte, and they asked if they could meet with me, and then they asked for my address, and they sent that. What you didn't see was a nice box that came in, a nice sampler box with all those sticks.
I would definitely buy a sampler box of that.
Yeah.
Based on my assessment so far.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we'll check out some more in upcoming weeks, and kind of give some more feedback to people on that.
Mark Jr. and Stogie Santa, what did you guys light up for our audience?
The Colorado.
One of the
Claro.
worst cigars ever made.
Worst thing. I don't know what. I tell you what, not a mistake with this port and this cigar.
This port sucks. This cigar sucks.
Life is difficult.
You guys are having a tough time over there.
I tell you what, I was feeling a little under the weather. I feel like a fucking $1 million now.
No, in all
I'm
actuality,
telling you.
I
I'm
think
telling
this
you.
might be bold statement here.
Oh,
Top 5 cigars of all time.
It's Oasis.
Okay.
It is already Oasis rated.
It's Oasis.
Davidoff, Colorado, Claro, Short Perfecto.
Yeah.
I just bought an additional box.
So
I
did
I smoked one.
and
fact.
recently, the
Recently.
changes are subtle, but then they're perfect. the
Hey.
most harmony balanced cigar that's out there.
This is definitely, without a doubt, the belle of the ball in that line, in my opinion. And I'll also say this. It's kind of one of those cigars, it has subtle changes, but the changes are not what makes this cigar.
Oh no,
It's the flavor of the cigar that makes this cigar.
it's so well balanced.
And to be honest with you, I don't necessarily always look for a cigar that changes up a lot.
No.
To be honest with you, sometimes that can be a little bit of an assault on my senses,
Yeah.
really, And sometimes when a
great point.
cigar is a little bit of I like to say a one-trick pony, but if the one trick is good, then who gives
that's
a
why
shit,
we get her
right?
all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
The smoke for me in the first third of that cigar is it's got a saltiness component and it's very chewy and thick, and it really lets you know it's there.
I tell you what, this is one of the most perfect drawing cigars.
It
I've
is.
ever-
Oh yeah.
I don't have a chewy smoke on this, but look at it. Look at that.
Yeah, just the way it burns.
Just
yeah.
the way it burns, and the draw is perfect.
Yep.
If every cigar would draw like this, that's why the flavors are so immense.
Yes.
And
I agree.
I'll tell you
I
one thing
agree.
too. I think it's like the perfect size for a Davidoff too. It doesn't have enough time to really go.
I don't have that problem
Go
where like
kaput
the
at the
final
end.
third kind of goes kaput
No.
on me. I
So
smoke
one
those
of the
right down
only-
in the
one
end.
of the
yeah.
only Davidoffs that does that for me.
Yeah.
True.
And there's quite a bit of strength behind that one too.
Well,
That's not a
it's-
mild cigar.
No, it's not.
No, that's the first. Well, I'm not quite the third yet. That's as we say. The word we use is amps up, and that's when it gets even better.
Yep.
And better.
Yeah, that
and
shape
better.
definitely contributes to that whole
Oh,
experience. for sure.
exactly, absolutely. And then, that's
Very
what-
similar to the La Aurora Preferidos Diamond, which is
Oh, I take this over the diamond all day long.
Oh, I definitely would too.
I think
So the
di-
diamond, in my opinion, is a box
Box-worthy.
worthy. It's box worthy. But not. I'm going to say box worthy in a 10 count, not box worthy in a. I wouldn't get a 25 count.
I'll tell you what.
I like this. This is a really good broadleaf, wrap cigar. I could see myself smoking a lot more of these. It's got that. It's a very different flavor profile. from that.
it's not
almost the same size, right? But it's
Yeah.
a very different flavor profile, completely different. It's dark and rich, and it's got a coffee
But
espresso
like I said,
component
that
to it.
saltiness,
Yeah.
the saltiness on this, I love that. I love that. But what I found, we'll move on after this statement, is that I smoked. It was funny you said I smoked the diamond last week or maybe 2
Yeah.
weeks ago.
What'd you think of it?
I was disappointed in the aging potential of this. It didn't pick up where I thought it was going to be. I'll tell you what, the Ruby Maduro, I'll take that with the aging.
Yeah, I agree. So far.
I'm at this point.
Yeah.
It's been a year. I had a Ruby that I forgot all about. Was a couple of years old. The thing was
and
off the charts.
it's
Those are
almost
about as
like
good as
it's
it
almost like
gets.
those ones that aren't labeled Preferidos. They just say Maduro on them.
Yeah.
Like that whole blend is.
This is awesome. This is
Yeah.
freaking. I'm telling. Seriously, I was a little. This awakened my whole senses up.
Now, I don't know if you guys saw, I had this on Cigar Coop about a week and a half ago. They're coming out with a second Vitola in the Diamond. It's going to be a regional release for the Midwest, the Mid-Atlantic, and it's going to be a 6x58 Parejo.
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
have
really-
them on
I'm
smoking,
cur-
not smoking, Atlantic Cigar already.
They already got it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to get some of that. I'm really curious to see how that's going to smoke in the Parejo. Even though I know it's a lot bigger, I'm very curious.
Excellent.
So it's going to be a different. It's going to be a smoking experience totally different because of the size.
Yeah, I've never, one thing about the Perfrito Diamond, I always wanted a little more of it.
Exactly.
yeah.
Well,
I agree.
expecting more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping to be like a larger cigar.
And
what I
again,
hope
we're
for.
on this way too long. When it first came out, that's exactly what
Yeah,
I
wait,
said.
We've been.
And right, let's go on. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
that-
I'm
I
on
dragged it on.
medication. It's your job to keep us on point.
Yeah, that's
Stogie
right.
Sanders.
Let's go.
Yep,
Let's go.
yep.
Let's move. We're on this way too long.
All right, Mark Jr.
I smoked a Vegas Robania. I don't know how to pronounce
Robanya?
that.
No.
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
Famosos. It's a Cuban Puro. It's a 5x48 Robusto. This particular one has been sitting in my humidor for quite some time. It's from '08. I did a trade on a forum for it a while back.
Oh.
I think this is the first one in this size that I tried from this line, and a lot of people are really, really high on this smoke.
Yeah.
I know Zedman is a big fan, one of our listeners, and I finally sat down and let's do this, right? Had very familiar Cuban flavors: leather, cedar, that sweetness, that crisp,
Little
like
floral
almost
note.
twangy. It was very Cuban, like very typical Cuban.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. It's
Yeah.
kinda
I wouldn't
funny.
know.
No, you don't know anything about that. This one had a slightly tight
And
draw.
what size was it, please?
It's like a Robusto.
All right.
It's a
It
slightly
looks like
thinner.
the same exact size as a Raz, actually.
It's
it looks like a
smaller than
Raz
A
is a
Raz
smaller-
is a 52, I think.
Yeah.
This is a 48.
It looks
Those
like you
might-
took the band off a Raz and put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, huh?
So
I'm
I
still on
definitely
Coop, yeah.
would prefer the Raz over this. I find the Raz to be a little bit more unique than this cigar. That being said, it has aged very well over the past 5 years.
So this is
And,
definitely something for the humidor.
I don't think I would buy a full box of these, but I would split a box with one of you guys with.
Okay.
All right, let's.
That's I got something for an episode for next week. Just come up. Bingo. Anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, that's my assessment. Box
Will,
split.
Will, back to you.
I smoked the Tatawahe Avion 13 Reserva. So that is the Connecticut broadleaf version of the Avion 13, and that's in the 6 and 7/8 by 52 box press Perfecto size. They had come out with a limited release earlier in the year, which was the Avion 13 FF, which used the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper.
Did we smoke that on the show?
You guys smoked it on the show. Yeah.
Yep.
I actually didn't have it till later, but I did smoke the Reserver, and I think it was interesting that FF. And the reason why I'm bringing back the FF is I think Pete got it right with the Avion 13 and the FF. I think it was the right size. I don't know. The blend just seemed to work. The construction was there. I really liked it. I thought that was the best one. The 13 Reserver is good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a classic broadleaf smoke with mocha, pepper, earths, cream notes. It's a medium to full bodied strength and body wise. It just seemed like something was missing from this.
On the FF?
No, on the Reserva.
Oh yeah.
It's good. It's worth a $5. The FF was a box split in my book. So I don't know. I gave it. I don't know if the aging potential's there for this one either. I mean, it's a nice smoke, but I thought the FF was better.
And I mean, the Avion lines. The first one that came out, I had construction issues all the time.
And the
Me
second
too.
one.
Me
And the
too.
second one.
And I there isn't much that Pete does that I don't like. Let's put that out there. But it was one of my least favorite lines that he's done.
The 11 was the 12. I thought was better than the
And
11.
The 12 was okay.
Let me ask you this, guys. This is supposed to be in the Fausto line.
Right, Fausto and the a lot of people thought he was trying to not Pete, but people thought that the Fausto and the what's the one he did in Hawaii there?
T1.
T110.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's so they're clueless.
Let me ask you this. Do you see many similarities between this Avion line and any of the Faustos?
That's a great question.
I only smoked one or two of the Fausto lines. So
No.
No.
I
I
don't
think
see
they're-
any
I
similarities.
see with the
whatsoever.
Fausto's a much drier smoke to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Seriously,
I
know
find the Fausto to be kind of harsh, to be honest with you. I never found any of these to be harsh. I thought they actually had a really nice oaky flavor to it. I have not smoked the one that Will's talking about. They had
Me
this
either.
nice oaky flavor. The construction was a little disappointing, but I found them to have a much better flavor profile than any of the Faustos. I'm interested. We should have asked them last week when we had it on, but I'd be
That's a
interested
question.
to see
Jot
what the
that
tweak
down.
would have been.
They're definitely different. Now, actually, I was the opposite. I preferred the Faustos until I had that FF. Though was the one I just really liked, and he kind of made that one limited. And he also was telling us, I guess, last week. It sounds like he may be going back to do reservas on those 11 and 12s. He's thinking about it at least.
He's giving a thought, right?
Yep. So I'd be interested to see. Does he create a Fausto reserva down the line? That's something to think about too.
yeah,
Right.
speaking of
That's like-
Tatawahe, since we had Pete on the show on Thanksgiving, I had a 3-cigar day on Thanksgiving, and I didn't mess around because I knew I was going to be able to smoke. So I started off. My second cigar that day on Thanksgiving was a Tatawahe Noea from 2008. And this is the box that
we split.
Yeah, we split, and I think the construction, and not that it's horrible construction, right? But you get a little weird kind of burn in construction on a lot of these.
A lot of small touch-ups. I don't worry
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
not. I think that it would be a better flavor experience if the burn and draw were spot on, like you're saying with that Davidoff, right?
Right.
Like the burn and draw is spot on,
Right.
and that contributes to the flavor. The first kind of third, almost half of the cigar, had to do some touch-ups and things like that. Once it hit that second half, though, it almost had this Cuban-esque flavor profile that was just like this earthy, cedary, wonderful flavor experience. Making this one of a truly epic smoke. In my book, I didn't want to put it out. I mean, I was burning my fingers off on it, finishing this thing down to the nub.
Oh,
and
man.
this is just a great size.
This cigar to me, what it does, it gives me the best.
Hold on,
mouth-
we're back
oh.
on the Davidoff Colorado
Oh.
Claro Show Perfecto.
The mouthfeel on this is just
This is the
God.
best. I love it.
it is unbelievable.
If you want to know what to get us for Christmas,
Oh, please.
There's nothing better, Stogie Santa, than when you love a cigar.
Yep,
I just
that's
love
true.
to hear about it.
And that's what we're going to talk about next on my list. We're going to do
go ahead.
the 2013 the Oliva.
Oh,
I'll tell you something. This could go down as my second favorite, maybe my favorite one. Maybe. Not yet. Not yet.
This is the new one?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
telling you. It's surprising. The
Hey,
chocolate
Will, I saw
flavor-
you smoke this too, and you seem to be in agreement with.
yeah, I had it. I talked about it last week.
Yep.
Yeah, I am.
And I spot on. The cherry flavor I pick up a little bit, but that chocolate flavor that comes off that
Yep.
is it's always sometimes it's in the fore part of the cigar, then it backs off a little bit, just a little, then it comes back.
Yeah.
That cigar, and I've only had it in the shop for a week. I've done 3 so far, and each and every one has been consistently very, very, very good. And if you want to see Coop's assessment, just go on his website, and I agree 100%. 100% what he's saying. That cigar, excellent. I tell you right now, I'll call it a box because it's only a box of 10. It's box worthy already, in my book. Not a fiver.
Was the drawer? See, I thought the drawer was snug, but not tight like in the previous year. It had a little snugness to it.
Yeah, a little.
but
You had to work with it, but don't you think that enhanced what you were doing?
That in this case, it worked.
Yes.
I like a little resistance. It wasn't that overly tight drawer like I had on last year's.
Right. You weren't trying to suck your brains out, but it was. I wouldn't say the word restrict. That's not a good word, but you had to work for what that cigar
It
was
was
offering.
deliberate.
Deliberate.
Yeah,
That's
Resistance.
usually how they
great
Resistance
point.
provided.
It's really you don't get the chocolate right off the first. It doesn't whack you right away, but you're getting a third of that cigar, and it's just almost like I wouldn't say a malted chocolate, but just a nice taste. Really, really enjoyed that, and I nubbed that son of a gun right down.
Nice.
Yep, and that's only what $7.50.
Yep.
How can you beat that? That's
Tell you what, Oliva, as far as value goes, in terms of the quality cigar that you get for price, they're one of the top companies that does that, man.
I agree.
Their prices are never. You never smoke Oliva and go, wow, that was outrageously priced.
now
The most expensive are the
Malaños.
Malaños,
Yeah.
and they're. I mean,
They're not that
what's the
far off.
Perfecto?
They're like $12.
$12.
$12.50.
That's still not outrageous.
Now
I still feel like I'm getting a value with that cigar because that Milano's a really great.
No, I'm
price.
gonna. Okay, we've all different. We all have different taste in what we want on a Milano, but we all agree it's good.
Yeah.
Now, who has a Milano Maduro yet? Has anyone had that yet?
Yeah,
I
I've
think
had
we
I've
all
had a
have,
couple of
yeah.
those.
Okay, which one do you like better? We'll start with Mark Jr.
Maduro.
Oh, so put Maduro versus a regular
Yeah.
one. I'd say I like the Maduro probably equally as much as that little Petit Corona in the natural.
That would be my second favorite.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, those
How
are
about
right
you,
up
Paul?
there.
Paul? Excuse me, Coop. What do you like better?
It was the natural, hands down.
Yeah, and I think it lost something on the Maduro.
I did.
It did. It truly did.
Yeah.
With that.
I like the Maduro.
It didn't do anything for me. It didn't really. Talking about wanting more.
That Petit Corona
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, the Petit Corona is spot
Awesome.
on, and I'm one of the few
Awesome.
people that like it. I love the Torpedo.
But I didn't like the Churchill in that
No.
size.
I don't
No.
like the
Milano.
torpedo, but I like the perfecto. The double perfecto size.
Yeah,
it's
and
like the Padron
Will,
88.
Will, what else
great.
you got on your list?
So I went and
Oh, I'm
smoked.
sorry. Did I skip Mark Jr.? Sorry, Mark Jr. is
Go ahead.
all upset.
That's
He
okay.
wants,
Slap him right in the
wants to
cheek.
go next.
Punch him in the cheek, little bitch. What the fuck?
I'm on Percocet. You guys are fucking
Dude,
busting
what
my
are
balls.
you doing drinking?
I just had a little taste.
God,
Months to
I'm
come.
not gonna pass out.
I'll
yet.
tell you what. Mothers against drunk driving. That's right. You're walking.
Jesus Christ.
Thank God.
I reached for the La Aurora Puro Vintage 2005.
Oh, okay. I want to hear this.
6 1/4 by 52 Salomon, Cameroon wrapper, Ecuadorian double binder, Dominican filler. Like the other iterations of this, the 04 and the 05, they're expensive smoke. It was
Right.
like what, $17 or
17
something
bucks,
like that?
right?
Truth be told, I have not been the biggest fan of these so far. The 04 was better than the 05, but you know.
03?
Sorry, am I saying that
03.
wrong? 03 is
03
better
the
than
best
04.
right.
Yeah,
I wanted to see what the
Sorry,
05.
I said that wrong.
Right. 03 is the best. I didn't like the 04 that much.
I have to say, this cigar is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
Gorgeous.
Looks gorgeous.
It is. The banding and the box is very elegant. The cigar is impeccably rolled. The wrapper is great. It's very mundane.
Wow.
That's the feedback I've heard in this 110th
Wow.
anniversary series. Is that
It's a great point. I showed Mark Jr. Now, Coop, I want to get you involved in this conversation. Have you seen the different shapes and sizes on this 110 anniversary, the boxes?
Yeah,
Do you notice how all the bands are different?
they're different, but I was told those blends are also different from Barry.
Is that true? I haven't
Yeah.
smoked them. I brought them in because they were still a little wet, and the color variations are
Mm.
huge.
Yeah, Barry said they were different blends.
Okay, this is interesting. Well, that makes sense then. But we'll see. The ones we came in, I didn't want to put them out because they need to. They're just a little soft right now, little wet.
Oh, that's interesting because I've heard from numerous people who have smoked this 110th anniversary and have not liked it, have not given it positive reviews.
Yeah, I would.
And it doesn't
not
sound
give
like
this
you're-
a very positive one, either. It had a typical Cameroon like flavor to it, a little leather and cedar, but you know,
Sounds to me like these are ones that are going to sit for a couple of months and you're going to light one up and smoke it again.
Basically, you struggle like
a
a
$17 smoke in a size that's tough for me. I mean, it's a big cigar. You know me. I don't really
Yeah.
like those big cigars. I expect a little bit more than just mundane.
Oh, I would
when
hope
it comes
so.
down to it, you know, and you know, I don't know. Try one. See what you think about it. But
That maybe I have to revisit. That's like the 2003. I think
it did not do much for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a box of the 03s and a box of the 04s, and I think I ended up selling them to just so other people could try them. You know, they just were not.
The 04
something I
didn't
was
do
crazy
anything
about.
for me.
The 04 was a shorter Salomon.
The
03 was
04
the
got better
biggest
with
of
age,
all
I
of them.
thought.
But it's still cool. But what would you rate that? I just slightly over Angler on the 204.
Try one. Yeah,
I'm going to say
try
something
one.
else too. There's now these guys, La Aurora and Tatuaje, both do these vintage type cigars, right? Of all 5 of the ones that have come out, the 3 La Auroras and the 2 Tatuajes, I really only think there's one that's really worth buying. To be honest with you, I think the
The
Tatuaje
2009, right? And
is really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, the rest are all kind of just.
Because it was he listen to Pete. Excuse me, Coop. Listen to Pete.
Pete
He
even said it.
The
He even
2000,
said it.
right? I did the 2009. I got a lot more. The floral note on that has got even more. That cigar is, I think it's at its peak right now.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think the one though that tops those are Lito Gomez's vintage.
Yeah,
Those are the ones I like.
You know, that's true.
that's a great
I was
point.
not incorporating them, but that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Coop,
Well-
what do you got?
So I went and I tried the Rocky Patel Platinum, which is one of the new cigars he released at the show. It's a box press Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper with Nicaraguan filler, not a disclosed binder. I smoked a Toro in a 6.5 by 52. Price points for that Toro is $10.80. This cigar, it started out okay. It had some notes of coffee and black pepper. It developed some raisin sweetness and a little bit of hay note in the background. The back nine was a problem for me. It developed. It got harsh. For whatever reason, it got harsh. Along the way, the burn was a battle for me. So I had some unevenness throughout it. I mean, it started out good. I gave it an angler. I was disappointed. I expected more. Considering that Habano Oscuro wrapper is a similar leaf to what was used on the Rocky Patel 50, which I really liked.
You like the 50th, Coop?
I liked the 50th. I did like. It's one of the Rockies I really liked. This one, particularly, it aged well too.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was a miss for me. It's an angler. I gave it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like the 50th then?
It was okay, and it had not just because of the price point. It was all right. It wasn't overly. I know angler at best for me.
Yeah, they aged very well. I bought a bunch of them when they came out, and they've actually gotten better over time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably put them at the price point still at a $5, because the price point, you're looking at $20 sticks. So
One of the best things we ever received from Rocky Patel was we just received it in the shop today. It's a poster, a tin type, say 6x4x6. Has a girl smoking, and on top it says "Socialism stinks, cigars don't."
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, it's one of the nicest things he ever did.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, me
yeah,
too.
his T-shirt. I saw T-shirts with that actually recently too.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a redo of again, in honor of Pete coming on the show, I went on a little tatuaje tear. The 10th anniversary Bel Ancre Perfecto.
Mm-hmm.
I upgraded my rating on this. This is the second one I smoked in this one.
I told you, didn't I?
This is a fight Chuck Norris for them. I don't know
Wow.
what he did with this blend to get it into this size.
I
but
got it
whatever.
going towards the Oasis. Remember I told you I tried
I totally
this.
agree, man. I just
Yeah.
keep updating my rating on this. I think it is a fantastic cigar. I think this one's better than the Noea from 2008. I think
was
it had
happy
more
to hear that
flavors.
these are gonna keep
Come
staying
back,
out. Too.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It's going to be the regular line because I like the Havana Cazadores. I love that side. It's a really. I go. That's my second. Then the Bell. Then I like the Noe is my third favorite in that line.
I like the Noea better than the Havana Cazadores.
Yeah.
I only tried one of these Bel Ancres, and I was a little bit under the weather that day, so it wouldn't be fair for me to talk about it. But
Yeah, you go try some more of these.
Yeah,
Oh, they are.
I
They're
will.
very,
Now that
very-
I'm hearing all this,
It was
But,
good enough for me to go back and try it again. You know, I was roasting the
What-
turkey
what's-
on Thanksgiving, wasn't even paying attention when I was doing it. I was paying attention to my cigar. I'm like, this cigar is so
Well,
good. I can't.
Let's put it this way: we got all the whole 10th anniversary line, and we reordered 4 times on that one size already.
Really?
4 times.
Do you have
All
any more
the-
left in the store?
Yeah, I just got another 10 or 8 to 10 boxes.
Man,
of
I'm
them
not
again.
coming and buy a box of these.
Oh, yeah,
Just to
no,
me,
yeah,
you gotta have a
oh,
box.
You
of
gotta
these.
have. Yep, I got a box.
Yep. ATL saying buy them all.
Yeah.
Buy them all.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm telling.
I still put the TAAs the top. The TAA.
See, I haven't smoked the TAA.
You need to smoke that one. I gotta see if I
Yeah.
can pick up some down here for you.
Okay.
we do not have a retailer up here that has them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
smoke a lot of the TAA releases because we don't have a retailer.
I'll have to
In
work.
Rhode
We have a retailer down here. I'll
Yeah,
work
we'll
on
set.
that.
Yep. Oh, this thing, I don't even want it to go out.
Now we're back on the David
Oh,
Hall.
my God. It's just okay. Let's go. I'm gonna.
Mark Jr.
Eddie Ortega mentioned this earlier. I smoked an Opus X Petit Lancero. I 6 1/4 by 39 Petit Lancero. This is my top 2 favorite sizes that they make on a production level. This and the Triple X Bellicoso.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of these from 2012. I think I got these from at your store. I think, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got these last year.
Yep.
I know it goes against my philosophy. I'd like to wait at least 3 years on these, but I'd had some decent luck with some younger opuses smoking them. So I said, screw it. Let's give it a try.
Petit Lanceros, I noticed, I don't think have to age as long, but I want to see your assessment.
I think, it had what the opus I expect to get from an opus: the wood, the leather, the spice, the sweetness. This was pretty heavy on the nicotine for me. And I don't like that about the young opuses. As much as I like a cigar, I don't need a nicotine buzz. There's, booze for that kind of thing, It was a good smoke, but I'd wish I'd waited and just smoked one of my older Vitolas that I had laying around. And I will do that with the rest of the fiver that I bought last year. I would put this at a fiver if I was to smoke it now. I know with a very high level of certainty that this will go much higher than a fiver down the road.
You're only giving a $5?
Now,
Oh, okay.
if I was to honestly assess this cigar as it stands today, I'd say a fiver. But like I said, I know that this cigar is going to get much better with some time. So, I don't know. What do you think, Paul? I think the triple fermented ones, it don't need as much age.
Now it's interesting because I smoked a triple fermented Opus X from 2005 that was in one of those tubes that we got from a gift set.
Yeah.
And had all those components of aged Opus leather, the overwhelming sweetness that you get when that blend ages. But the towards the final third, man, it was amped up in strength. Like almost so that I couldn't finish it. That's how much
nicotine strength?
Oh my god, it
Really?
kicked my ass at the end.
And that's an 8-year-old Opus.
Yep. And I wasn't prepared for it. I mean, it was at night. I ate a meal. I don't know what it was. Sometimes you just went.
Opus, I made a mistake one time of doing Opus on a
empty stomach.
And I had a hard time.
You know,
me personally.
We all joke, and our listeners know we're not afraid to catch a buzz when we're drinking, right? But a nicotine buzz is not a pleasant buzz.
It is not.
No, you're sitting there and you're like, wow, okay.
Jittery. You get a little sick to your stomach a little bit, and that's not.
And then after that, knowing you're going south, you got that head sweat.
Yep, sweat.
Yeah, you're doing this.
You're sitting there and you're like, my wife said, what's the matter? I said, I'm going through puberty. Relax.
Menopause?
Yeah, menopause. But anyway.
Will, back to you.
I did a redo this week of the East Stunner in the Brahmin, which is the Toro size, and I had smoked a pre-release on the show a while ago. That's the EPC release that came out at the show. Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and a combination of Nicaraguan and Dominican filler. I actually didn't rate it because it was a pre-release, but I was actually impressed with the East Stunner. In particular, now that I've smoked some of these, and I've smoked the Robusto and the Toro, I think the Toro is really the one. And I know, Paul, you talked last couple weeks ago about the Robusto, and you had it as a fiver. This one I have as a box split, and I kind of, I actually have it as a box split. Maybe a box split caveat. If there was an event, I definitely would box split it. But it was a very good cigar. I mean, it still had a lot of complexity in terms of coffee, cream, earths, some coffee notes. It had this, I kept picking up on the Toro, this melon sweetness. And I don't know if it's just me. It's a subtle melon sweetness, but I really liked it. With this East Stunner, though, it's had to sit. Every time I've smoked them, I just feel they need to sit for a while before they're ready to smoke. But when they're ready, and they're good. So I gave it a box split here.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yep.
That was it from my list. I think.
I smoked something that
Stogies
probably of all things, it was a punch, but it was a rare Corojo. It was a Rothschild. It's a wrappers, Ecuadorian Sumatra, binder, Connecticut broadleaf. The filler is Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan.
It's an interesting blend.
It really is. I'm going to tell you something. That cigar really delivers. I like that size. I really do. I'm not a punch guy to be honest with you, but the spice was right out of the block. I wasn't overpowering, but that's the first thing I noticed off that cigar that come in. Then as it teetered off, it got the spice leathery to it, and then the back nine of the cigar, the spice picked up a little bit. Just subtle, and it was like a 45-minute smoke for me. I'm slow and methodic, and I'll tell you what, that's the only thing I really smoke on a punch is the rare Corojo, and in the Rothschilds. The Magnum I don't do, the El Doble just too big. Did you ever try those at all, Coop?
Yeah, and now you're talking about the red label or the white label?
The red label. That's two totally different blends.
Yeah, because that's technically, it's not really a Corojo.
No, it's not, but that's what they call it. Exactly.
Yeah, but I like the red one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the red one. The other one's a podiatry. Yeah. The white label one, I didn't like as much. I really didn't. I don't know which one. Do you like the white label one or the
red?
Yeah, me much. I enjoyed that. That little Rothschild delivers. I really do. Where I tried one El Doble once, and it just, it didn't represent the blend whatsoever. And for $4.25, how can you go wrong?
Can't.
No, you can't.
Nope, you really can't.
Anytime you can find something you like for that price.
Yeah, and it's a great, it's a great smoke for the Northeast.
I actually smoked a cigar that's in that very, very affordable price range this week as well. You actually turned me on to it. 5.5 by 44 Corona from La Roma de Cuba.
Yep, isn't that something nice?
This is, obviously in the new blend. They don't sell the old blend anymore. It's Connecticut broadleaf Maduro, Nicaraguan binder, and the Maduro wrapper. Sorry, Nicaraguan binder and filler, Honduran. Nicaraguan binder, Honduran filler, and they're about $5.50.
Yep, $5.25 to be exact,
Okay, very affordable.
and very.
Without saying. This stick and this line, like other Ashton lines, tend to get overlooked by the more experienced smoker, but is a favorite of many people getting into smoking cigars. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they are very readily available. Your average cigar store will have the La Roma de Cubas. They'll have the San Cristo balls, and they'll typically always have them. So I think that that's a comforting thing to somebody when they're first starting. That being said, they're also very good smokes. This cigar, it's a, if I'm not mistaken, this is rolled by Pepin.
Correct.
Correct. Okay.
Yep.
You can tell that too. To be honest with you, they have a nice little pepper blast in the beginning.
Right. But not over the top. Not like
Not over the
typical-
top.
No.
Certainly not over the top. But it's got that pepper that I like actually. Had some chocolate, some coffee flavors to it. Specifically, the chocolate's like a dark chocolate flavor. I thought. I really like how the flavors were concentrated in this size. This is the first time I smoked one of these. Previously, I always thought the Robusto was a pretty good size in this.
It was good. Oh, I agree.
This is a solid fiver.
Yeah.
All day, and we'll always be able to find some real estate in my humidor.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yep. Very, very similar to, some of the other Ashton sidelines that they have. I think these are very good smokes.
What you got, Coop?
I smoked, staying with EPC, I smoked the Edición Limitada 2013.
Okay, I want to hear this one.
Yeah, so I heard some mixed reports on this cigar, but I had a couple of these, and it's the Limitada for 2013 has a San Andreas Mexican wrapper, which I was a little weary when I heard that. Double binder of Nicaraguan and Brazilian, and Nicaraguan filler, and it's a 6 1/8 by 54 Toro. Here's the thing. I thought the flavors were great on this cigar. I loved they had a lot of cocoa, earth, and pepper. I thought there was sweetness from the cocoa, which was really good. I liked the pepper I was getting on the Retro Hail. It did spice up more towards the end. I didn't find a lot of complexity with this cigar, though. It didn't transition a lot, but when it delivered flavors, I thought it delivered them quite well. I'm not sure what aging is going to do to this one way or another. I get the impression it's going to kind of stay maybe as is. I don't know if it's going to get much better. But like I said, it was an enjoyable smoke, so much that I went back and bought more after smoking this. So I had it as a box split.
I think what deters this cigar like it did last year, but luckily they didn't put it in cellophane this year like they did last year, which we all know what happened with that. I think it needs time because I think it's still wet. I think the problem is, did you find your cigar being on the wet side?
I held when I bought the first ones. I held on to them for a couple weeks. So I did dry. I tend to dry box anything from Ernie's that's Maduro.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
So
His
I didn't
Maduro
find it.
wrapper's really
I didn't
wet.
find it wet, but when I got them, it's just kind of now. I just tend to do that now with Ernie's stuff. That's Maduro.
And it comes to Maduro. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's spot on as usual.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny? The dark rituals when I first had it, I had the wet problems, and I kind of soured on it. And then I know when you sent me up, the last one I had was phenomenal.
Wasn't it? Something
Yeah.
special.
That black cherry you get from that.
Oh,
cigar.
exactly. That black cherry.
They are friggin' ridiculous right now.
I smoked a ton of those when they
Oh,
first
yeah,
came
they
out
came
too,
out.
and I still have.
And
I have
it-
a box and a half of them.
Yeah, I got like a
still
box
around.
laying around.
Yeah, and with the well, we haven't had that. It's been actually kind of, besides the rain here and there, or drizzle. if you wanna
mild.
call it. Yeah, it's been mild. Has anyone done the Nat Sherman, the Timeless, the 546 at all?
Is that the
I don't
small?
think I've had that size.
Yeah,
haven't had that.
it's a 46 by 5, a 5 by
Yeah,
46.
I've had that.
I've
yeah.
had that size.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll
Those
tell
are
you
great.
something. Those are really, The Dominican blends, I'm not big on that. But
Yeah, that's got some strength to it,
Yeah,
especially that little one.
no, the number 5. The number 5 is the strongest of the bunch.
The
It's
number
got
5 is the smaller, even smaller than that.
Right, like smaller than that. This one, I find it had more creaminess to it. Then the number 5, I found significantly stronger. This particular one, the 546, I think, hands down, this is the belle of the ball, as Mark was saying,
Really?
and that blend, the earthy, creamy, really, really good. And at the end of the cigar, it just developed quite nice. It all came together. This cigar is by, like I said, in the timeless, hands down the best cigar. If you want to go the full amped, you lose the creaminess, I think, on the number 5. You get more of a strength behind it. I get the earthiness, but I didn't get that creaminess off the cigar.
That blend really put Nat Sherman on the map for me.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, that's
Yeah.
this is the Nicaraguan box press,
Right,
right?
correct. Not the Dominican.
I don't think there's Lajero in that thing at all.
Nope, none.
Surprisingly.
No,
Yeah.
that's all. Nope, that's all Nicaraguan. It's a Puro, and that's from Palencia on his factory. He did
Placencia, yeah.
that. Yeah, Palencia. Yeah, sure, Mark. Now look at this. Only 3 glasses of port. What's my problem?
They were 16-ounce glasses, but
They were pints. They were pints.
Oh, I drink 'em pints. Oh, cheers.
what else do we got to talk about?
I got one left.
All right.
I smoked the new Arturo Fuente Unnamed Reserve in the Robusto
Oh, you did
size.
smoke one of those.
I
Yeah,
did.
Coop. Let me know if you need some. Listen to this. If you do,
Yes,
I
do.
All right. I haven't got the Robusto. I got a Toro. They're yours. I'll send them
I
down.
think I bought the
Yes,
last
I do.
Robustos, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuente decided to do this again. They did the Unnamed Reserve last year. They did not release as much information about this smoke as they did about the other one.
Right.
I don't know what's in it. I have my suspicions of what it is, and I'll get to that in a second. They did nearly triple the cost of this cigar this year.
2.5 times. Oh yeah, definitely.
This is like a $17 smoke this year.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: this cigar lived up to every penny of that $17. The cigar had notes of leather, grass, some black pepper, but the most prominent flavor in this was a honey sweetness. And not only could you taste it, but when I was smoking it, Stogie Santa commented that he could smell that
Remember I
honey
told you I
sweetness
could
while I was
smell-
smoking.
Oh.
Really?
This smoke has tons of potential. And dare I say, with a little age, it may step into the realm of the 858 Sun-Grown Rosados. It is phenomenal.
Wow.
Oh, it is.
Phenomenal. And I would easily be willing to fight Chuck Norris for these. And it really is on the cusp of an Oasis cigar.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We've had 4 gentlemen in the back that are pretty much, not as opus horse as some of the gentlemen in here. They said hands down the best Fuente they ever smoked.
I don't know about that.
That's what they. But I mean, I'm just saying that's, they're not geeked
Yeah.
out like we are. They didn't care about the $17 price range.
I don't care about it either.
Yeah.
And I would buy more of them. I'd be happy to buy more of them
Yeah.
at that price range.
Yeah.
I think this cigar may have the Opus wrapper on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of similar in color.
Mm-hmm.
It looks very similar.
And the gentleman said the same. It was ironic. This Dave, another big time opus whore, said the same thing. He looked at it. He said, "This is a total different wrapper than last year's." And he says, "Trust me, the 12 and the 13, you cannot even compare."
I really do honestly think that this may be the Opus wrapper on
That
an
sweetness, yeah.
undisclosed wrapper, undisclosed blend for that matter.
What would you say strength on this? Medium full?
Maybe medium.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
maybe medium.
It's interesting.
Maybe medium plus, as you might say.
Yeah.
I it's not very strong.
Be interesting to put the Opus wrapper on the Grand Reserva blend.
Yeah. I'll
This
tell
is
you.
not your average Grand Reserva.
Oh, the
blend
smell
either,
of this
to be
was
honest with you.
impeccable.
This
Oh,
thing is,
my God.
It's special, to be honest with you. It's special. It's very, very good.
Fuente does some really special things, man.
They do.
This,
I think, honestly, that they may be, despite the size of them, they might be honestly, they might just be.
Like, they make the best small batch run cigars, man.
I
Like,
know. It's
yeah,
crazy.
see, I
It is
love the
crazy.
way that, what I'm getting tired of, to be honest with you, and I wanted to put this in our segment, just limited release. I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the stuff. All I do is may tweak it a little bit here and there, and they throw a limited release tag on it. But we'll talk about it another time.
I think
Sometimes it works real well. Other
I think
times
Fuentes are truly limited releases.
Yeah,
They're not
exactly.
just-
And they don't.
Some of
come
these
out-
other people think you're right. They're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
It's not really limited.
This is
tired.
not like any other Fuente I've smoked.
But
and the thing that I really like about them is their blends are not easily discernible as, if you took the bands off of them and for whatever reason, the Hemingways, obviously you can tell it's a Hemingway by looking at it, right? But if you were to somehow find a way to get all of their blends into one Vitola, right, and smoke them all side by side, you wouldn't necessarily know that they're all from the same company.
Yep.
I mean, an Opus, an Añejo, a Don Carlos, a Hemingway. These are all wildly different blends, all coming from the same people, which I think is pretty interesting.
It means they have a lot of tobacco.
No,
a
know what they have?
A lot of tobacco.
And this is like when we talked with Pete, and we hit it, and I forget who else we talked to. Agreed. It's all about one thing: inventory.
And they only make cigars for two companies,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
Diamond Crown
Yep.
and Ashton.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
So everything else goes to their
There,
blends,
right?
which I think there's something
Smart
to be
move.
said for that too.
That-
Yeah.
I mean, you can say Davidoff, and I'll even he's a small company, and I love him to death. Is the Debonair line? What these people do? I mean, he's not a Davidoff, nor is he a Fuentes, but those three companies, what they do with the Dominican tobacco, is
Well, let's not leave La
unconscious.
Aurora out of that.
Oh, true. I mean, how could I forget that? But I mean,
Cien Años.
right. But I mean, just to do what they do with Dominican, it's just unbelievable.
It really changes it up.
It does.
be
All
honest
they're
with you.
using is the highest priming of that plant.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no nothing sandwich on that.
Have you guys had any Casa Cubas up your way yet?
Yes, I got them.
Okay, I haven't smoked it yet. I'm just kind of curious. You guys
you
smoke
want
them
some
yet?
of it? You want
we'll make
some of
we
those
get-
too?
Yeah, I want to see your assessment of that. Well, that's a really great cigar, actually. I really like
Okay.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
I had a
I've
shit
never
draw on
find
the
them.
one that I had.
What's
I
that?
got to revisit that. I had a shit draw on the one that I had.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody? Anything
I'm done.
else?
What else
I
we
got
got?
one more.
Go
One
ahead,
more.
Will. Will, I
Um,
think we're just going to skip the segment for tonight because it's getting late and stuff. So,
Okay,
okay, we'll do it next week.
I
okay.
don't even know what this
And
Yeah, that's
I smoke-
another reason why I skip it.
yeah, no, Paul's putting in a heroic effort tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
The Christoph Galerones Ceniza de Plata. It's I'm not going to try to say that a lot, but that is the Mexican Maduro in his Galerones series that he's done. He's making those cigars down at Abe Flores' factory, and this is the third of the four Galerones I've smoked, and each one of them just seems to be getting better. This one was my favorite thus far. We were talking earlier about the Oliva V with the deep chocolate flavors, and I got it on this cigar as well. But there was a real creaminess that you pick up on this cigar that just made it absolutely smooth from start to finish. Except for some flaking of the ash, I thought the burn and draw were really stellar on this thing. It's a medium to full cigar in strength and body. I think Galerones may prove to be Glen Case's best line right now, and I give this one a box split.
Do you think with this line, the only thing that's going to be hurtful is the price points?
Yes, the price points are all $10. You're getting into that $10 range.
Excellent. I'm really intrigued by this unnamed reserve.
Yep, we don't have any more.
I really.
Not anymore.
How
Coop
limited
got
were
the last
they?
couple.
We got one box.
Well,
Very limited.
How,
Only 10
like total production? How?
Oh, I don't
could
know.
look-
We
I
could
could
look
find
that
that real
up.
quick. Yeah, I found a good article on it.
Did you?
Yep.
I'm really intrigued by that.
Mm-hmm.
And they came in not just a. I remember seeing these now that I look these up online. Did they they came in two sizes? A
Yes,
Toro?
Robusto. It had 10 Robustos, 10 Toros in the box.
I gotcha. Oh, so there was one box but two sizes?
Yes.
Yeah, 10 and 10.
In the same box. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put like a little block of wood
Yeah.
underneath the Robusto so that it would not bounce around in
Gotcha.
the box.
That's really interesting.
You know, this is like neither here nor there, right? To be honest with you, but I really like the understated yet very elegant boxes that they use there. You know, they look like a well-made box. Or, you know, they have their logo on the top, which is, you know, an elegant box. I use it on the pretty much as a backdrop for all my pictures now. I don't see a number of boxes.
It's going to be a limited release, probably like I bet
Are you going to be able to get another box of those?
I'll ask. I called up a sales rep, and he'll do everything he said is humanly possible for that.
Yeah, I can't find a number of boxes here.
I want to update everyone on the contest too. I haven't received very many entries. In fact, just one entry for the contest on submitting your own cigar review, whether that be audio or video, to the Stogie Geek Show. Please do that for the Epic Oasis 3-pack. We'll send you 3 Oasis cigars. We'll pick a random winner for everyone who submits an audio or video review to the show at StogieGeeks.com. Will, do you want to update on your contest as well?
I'm gonna pick a winner right now.
All right.
I actually have a box here with the that was the contest for the Travel Humidor, the 5 Casada Españas, and the Shark I threw in, and I'm gonna pick a winner. I have some tickets in here, and I corresponded them to.
What was the they had to tweet, right?
They had to tweet a Cigar Coop news story. So there were some things that weren't news stories, so they weren't eligible as that. And they had to tag it with Cigar Coop News and Stogie Geeks. So we had about 20 entries in there. And the winner is Cameron, who is Bernaysian. So I'll reach out to him. I'll send him a message on Twitter. And he's won that.
He's Bernaysian, like he's from the planet of Bernays sauce, huh?
Bernaysian, I may be Bernaysian. I may be butchering this Twitter name, but his name's Cameron, Bernaysian. But I don't have the travel humidor. I did not get the travel humidor yet from the Cigar Fed guys, but I will make sure the cigars get out first. And then, real quick, can I do one more thing?
Yep.
Sure.
I'm gonna, since it's my birthday, I'm gonna do a contest.
Just keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants.
Camacho sampler pack.
Let me see that. Hold that up. Let me open. Can you open it up, or is it sealed?
Yeah, I'm gonna open it up, but one cigar is missing. And that was due to me. That's due to me misplacing it. But let me see if I can do this without
misplacing it in your mouth and in your.
No,
ashtray?
I did not smoke it. I don't know what I did with it. I'm serious, but I bought this the other night. But I took them out and put them into my locker to keep them humidified.
Which one's missing?
It's a Camacho Criollo.
If you want, I'll send you one down.
Okay, that's great.
What size is that going to be? The
is that a Robusto set?
Robusto size?
Robusto size.
I'll send that down.
So what's that? One of every Camacho in the Robusto size?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. There's the only one they don't have in it is the diplomas.
Okay.
They didn't put the diploma, and there's only one triple Maduro for some reason. But that's how they did it. This is not sponsored by Camacho. This is being sponsored by me and now Stogie Santa.
Yeah.
So very simple. All you got to do is, and I'll put this out there, just email the show at StogieGeeks.com, and you got to find a cigar that's been reviewed on Cigar Coop and on Stogie Geeks.
That's simple enough.
Simple enough. Very simple. And we'll pick one at random, and we'll keep this contest up for a few weeks.
Awesome.
Okay.
But it's got to be a cigar reviewed on both, meaning it's got to be on both sites.
And the Stogies feed counts, right?
The Stogie feed, that's what I would use. Go by the Stogie feed would be the easiest thing.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to hold you to the Vitola as long as it's the line.
Okay.
We'll keep it easy on that.
Well, everyone, thanks for listening to this edition of the Stogie Geek Show. It's been a pleasure, a lot of fun had tonight, and we'll see everyone next Thursday. For the next episode of the Stogie Geeks. You know who the guest is offhand, Will?
I will not be here next Thursday.
We got the Cigar Chat guys.
Excellent. Logan and
Rob and Logan, yep. That should be a lot of fun.
Excellent. Well, we'll see everyone on in the next episode of the Stogie Geek Show. Thanks, everyone.
Let me know when you're off air.